Hello and happy Sunday. This is Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and today is Sunday, April the 24th, and it was a gorgeous day in East Tennessee today. I am going to try and get caught up with you all here so that I can see what you all are saying. Everyone, please say hi and hello. I missed you all last week. We were happy to have the break, but I actually did miss you all last week. I missed talking to everyone. Whoop. So loud. Okay, so hello and happy Sunday, everybody. I am Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. Today is Sunday, April the 24th. This is chat number 269, and it is titled How to Eat More Mindfully. So if you think you missed us last week, you didn't. You didn't. We took a little break last week and celebrated Easter with the grandkids. Hello, Scott. It is good to see you. Everybody's popping in here. I hope you all had an awesome and amazing Easter and you had a great week without us. Hello, Trish. It's good to see you too. Hello, Linda from Rock Island, Illinois. Hello, Elaine. Kim is sneaking in here. John, I think, is there somewhere. Who knows? Who knows what he's doing? Hello, Sherry. But it was a gorgeous day today. Oh, let's see. Teddy's sneaking in and Deanna is coming in. Hello, Katie. It is nice to see you. We had a gorgeous day today. Oh, yep, there he is. Hello, John from home base. So we got two boys today. We got two guys today. So yeah, y'all can be our guys. And hello, Hattie. Hello, Cynthia. Hello, Carol Lou. And Carol Lou, you were one of the ones that also got your toes done, weren't you? I feel so much better. Hello, Lynn. Lynn, how's it going? So where are you moving to, Lynn? You're gonna have to fill us in. Hello, Sandra from Dingman's Ferry. Hello, Mary from Pittsburgh. If you're brand new and you have never told us hello before, and us is just me and Dusty, hello, Kelly, and hello, Kim, other Kelly, and she spells it correctly. And hello, Sherry from Cape Coral, Florida, and aloha, Kathy. And hello, Mary. Oh, Mary missed us too, and she is from Pittsburgh. And hello, Sherry is watching from Cape. Where are you watching from? Hold on 1 second. From Cape. I can't see the rest of it. You'll have to tell us. Yep, and Lynn is in her new apartment. Awesome. And I know I am jumping around, but Lynn is in her new apartment. Yay! That is awesome. You'll have to tell us all about it later. But if you're brand new and you've never said, or you just never said hi, hello before, we would love to hear from you. If you're brand new, please let us know that you're new because we're a very welcoming group. We would love to say hello to you. And just for the record, in case you saw Julie's dilemma earlier in the week, I would never not say hello and hug you and give you your things if you showed up to see me. Okay, anyway, and we did have a visitor this week, which was super exciting. So maybe she will be on here, maybe she will sneak on here in a little bit. But today is April the 24th. I am Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. This is chat number 269. In case you are just popping in, go ahead and keep saying your highs and hellos. Hello, Mary Ann from Pennsylvania. If you're watching this later on YouTube, go ahead and say hello because I promise I will respond. I will say hello back to you. And it's so nice to see you all when you come to see me in person. Hello, Sandra from Naperville. And hello, Amanda from Nassau. I think I need to come see you. Yeah, instead of you coming to Tennessee, I think I need to go see you. And hello, Karen. So it's so nice to have visitors. And hello, Rita from Texas. But just be sure that you check before you come. Hello, Patricia. Let's see. Not the first time being here, but hello from Weddington, North Carolina. That sounds fun. I've never heard of Weddington. I'm sure John has, but hello to Patricia. But if you are going to come and see me here at Casey Kitchen Center, absolutely not a problem. We love to see you. We love to have visitors. If you're not prepared to be hugged, sorry, because I am a hugger. And hello, Lynette from South Carolina. But you might want to call and check just to be sure. So our special guest this week, who I don't see on here yet, she was like 3 minutes away. She was like 3 minutes away from missing me. If she had been here 3 minutes later, I would have already been gone because I had my backpack on, had Dusty under my arm, and I was headed out the door. Okay, anyway, today's April the 24th. I'm going to yak forever. A little bit of news. The first thing is, again, not really news, but thank you for letting us have a little bit of a break last week. We had a great Easter Sunday. I hope you all did too. We colored Easter egg. Oh, and Karen is there. I'm sorry. I didn't see you sneak in. So yeah, so Karen is there, and it was so nice to finally meet her in person. And okay, wait, I'm sorry. I have a question for everybody. Am I short? And Karen, yes, I'm going to call you out on this. How tall do you all think I am? Because Karen thought that I was short, or she didn't realize how short I was. Just asking. If you haven't already met me in person, how tall do you think I am? And hello, Lisa. Just kidding, Karen. It was very nice to see you. And Karen knows I'm a hug monster. So you're gonna get a hug, even if you do not want one. Okay. So let's see. Did I already say hi to you, Lisa? Yeah. Okay. So anyway, thank you for letting us be off on Easter. We had, and Lynn's actually exactly right. But we had a great Easter. We decorated eggs. We did not eat too much. We ate just enough. I did miss having that traditional Easter meal that my grandmothers used to always make sure that we had, but anyway, I digress. So thank you for a week off. I do want to say that we only need 2 more volunteers. So if you were with us 2 weeks ago, because we skipped last week for Easter, if you were with us 2 weeks ago, I asked for 7 volunteers who could spend an hour a week. That's an hour 1 day a week. So that's not an hour every day. So you wouldn't be spending, like 7 days a week an hour. It's 1 day a week for about an hour, as long as you don't count the time that I'm chatting about what you're going to be doing as part of your hour. But anyway, I only need 2 people left. I have 5 willing volunteers. I have not had to volunteer anyone against their will yet, but I still need 2 more. So if you're interested, just private message me, or you can email me at IfYouHaveAnEgg@gmail.com. and I'll get you hooked up, because we're getting ready to give the instructions out. That's going to be in the next few days. Okay, so that was a little bit of news. And then the last bit of news, I had an amazing customer this week. I had to go do a job site visit at her house. And she has the most beautiful, they live on 2 acres. I have found 2 acres in between 2 major cities, I'm going to call it that. And let's see, hello, oh, hold on a second. We'll come back around to eggs. Myrna? Oh no, Myrna is she's in the rehab hospital. Myrna? One of her legs decided it wasn't working. Okay, Myrna, so we will definitely be praying for you. We will definitely be praying for you. So, let us know how that's going, because we want to stay, stay on top of that. And I know, so Kim's going to have to come back. Kim came during the pandemic, and we had to stand awkwardly across the room from each other. So Kim, you're going to have to come back so that you can get a hug. Okay, so the last little bit of news for today. Fantastic customer. They found property in between 2, fairly decent sized cities. Found about 2 acres, and they had the cutest little chicken yard. So this little bit of news is for those of you who have never had fresh from the chicken tushy eggs. And I just wanted to make sure that you all knew what to do with them. So that's going to be my actual news for tonight before we actually get going in the chat. So these are fresh from the chicken tushy eggs. I hope y'all can see them. Her chickens lay different colored eggs, and that is so cute. But I just wanted to make sure that you all knew what to do with them in case you had never had them before. Because it occurs to me that some of you all are city girls and boys and may not know what to do with them. We grew up on a 13-acre farm here in Knoxville, just right outside of Knoxville, and we had tons of chickens because my sister was nearly deathly allergic to the spray that they use to wash and preserve commercially, they're not raised eggs, but you know what I mean, commercially prepared eggs like you would buy in a carton. So we had chickens. We had to have chickens because she could not eat eggs, otherwise. So I just wanted to make sure you all knew, if you do come across some farm fresh eggs. I want to show you this real cute towel first, though. We do have, this is exactly right. These are towels that we have here at Casey Kitchen Center, and they are too stinking cute. So chickens, they're the pet that poops breakfast. So if you have the opportunity to have some fresh from the chicken bottom eggs, I just wanted to give you a couple of pro tips about that. The first thing is, do not wash them until you are ready to eat them. So I don't know if you noticed it or not, and I promise we're not just going to talk about fresh farm eggs all night, but I don't know if you noticed it or not, but these are not clean. So if you get some farm fresh eggs, do not wash them unless you're ready to eat them. So washing them removes the bloom, and the bloom is nature's way of protecting the egg. It's supposed to be protecting the egg for it to become a little chicken. Hello, Nikki, from St. Louis, not, for consumption, but don't wash them immediately unless you're going to eat them, because that washes away the bloom, and you don't want to do that. You can store fresh from the chicken tushy eggs on your kitchen countertop for 3 weeks. So for up to 3 weeks, and then after you wash them, you either need to eat them or you're going to have to put them in the refrigerator. But when you're ready to eat them, so don't wash them, do not put them in the refrigerator, okay? If you get some fresh ones, for up to 3 weeks. But then when you are ready to consume them, you're just going to want to wash them in some hot or warm, and just really warm water is good, because you want to break up that bloom and you want to get off all that dirt, you know, in case the chickens are like in the mud, or if their little nesting box, you know, is dirty, and plus it's coming out of the chicken's bottom, you know, not really bottom. We can have we'll have a lesson about that another day. But you want to wash them in some warm or hot water. You don't necessarily have to sanitize them unless you're going to put them in your refrigerator. If you are going to put them in your refrigerator, you're going to want to rinse them in a little bit of diluted bleach water too. But I usually don't fix. I mean, she only gave me 6, so I'm going to eat those, you know, pretty quick. Like, I'm not going to have time to put them in the refrigerator. But you want to just kind of gently scrub away that dirt with the warm or hot water, and then you're going to pat them dry and go ahead and use them. But wash your hands. So your hands will have been touching, you know, what's on the outside. So after you wash them and pat them dry, then wash your hands to make sure, and hello Sylvia from Oklahoma, to make sure that your hands are clean. Okay, so that is your little bit of, that's your pro tip for fresh from the chicken bottom eggs this week from me. Okay, now on to actual WW things. So last week was the week after Easter, and I was shocked at how many people came to our in-person workshop and braved the scales after having Cadbury eggs, jelly beans, you know, grandma's ham and chicken, and, you know, whatever. So give me a thumbs up if you attended an in-person workshop this week after Easter, and I did. So I'm going to give myself a thumbs up. So thumbs ups if you went to an in-person workshop and sat your bottom in a chair. Or if you attended with us, and Linda's bottom was in a green chair again. Or if you attended with a Zoom meeting, if you did a Zoom workshop last week, you can do a thumbs up too. Or if you attended with us live 2 weeks ago, or you've gone back and watched on demand, Marianne's bottom was in a green chair. Then let's see some hearts for that. Oh, Trish, we could go on and on. Trish said Trish said I forgot to say how to test to see if they were still good or if they were old. Okay, we could have a whole nother chat about farm fresh eggs, and maybe we should sometime, because they are completely different and you need to prepare them completely different, like if you're going to use them in the air fryer or whatever. So maybe we'll do that sometime if somebody else gives me some. But hopefully your farm fresh eggs are going to be so fresh that you do not have to test them. Okay, this lady's collecting her her eggs every day, but Trish is going to tell us there in the comments how to test for that. So yeah, lots of thumbs ups. Oops, Scott was in a green, had his bottom in a green chair, and he was live with us 2 weeks ago. So he's doing thumbs ups and hearts, but thumbs ups and hearts all the way around. Wait, I was here with us live 2 weeks ago, so I get a heart. But here are your virtual Bravo stickers for everyone who braved Easter week. Very good. I'm so proud of you all. So whether it went well or it didn't go well, hold on a second. Leslie said, I had no idea the process that is involved with the fresh from the chicken tushy eggs. Yeah, and it's not hard. I mean, it's not a process. They just don't come white and sparkly out of a, styrofoam container. So yeah, but bravo to everyone who braved the week after Easter, whether it went well or whether there were some things that you'd like to go back and change. You're here, you did it. So you get bravo stickers. Okay, so last week, 2 weeks ago, we were still talking about internal versus external hunger. That is the topic that is going to be for the rest of April, which is somehow already coming, winding up. We've got one more week left of it. We've been talking about internal versus external hunger, and how if you're really hungry, and how if it's something external that is driving that hunger. But 2 weeks ago was chat number 268, and we were talking about how to know if you are actually hungry. And I asked you to raise your hand if you've ever found yourself standing in front of your refrigerator or your pantry and doing this, kind of looking, what's in here, what am I going to eat? My fearless leader Gwen likes to call that refrigerator roulette. Hello, Vicky. Because you're just like, your head's going around and around she goes, and what she's going to eat, he or she's going to eat, nobody knows. Hello, Deborah. So what you choose at that moment says a lot about whether you're really hungry or whether you are just eating because you're in the moment. So 2 weeks ago, I asked you a couple of questions. One was, how long has it been since the last time you ate? Because if you had just recently eaten and you're already looking for something else to eat, probably not actually hungry. So maybe give yourself 15 or 20 minutes. Honestly, by the time I gave myself 15 or 20 minutes, I would forget what I was doing anyway. I'm just saying. I don't know how old you all are, but you know, I don't know. I would have already, if I wait 15 or 20 minutes, I literally will have already forgotten. I would have already gone on to something else. I would forget why I was even standing there in the first place. Are you with me? Who's with me? Or if it's in more than a couple hours, and especially if it's time for your next planned meal. So like if you had another planned meal, or you knew when you were supposed to be eating next time, if it's been that long, or if it's been at least a couple of hours, you might really be hungry. So that could be an internal cue instead of an external cue. The second thing I asked was, how do you feel physically? And I saw that with Alyssa firsthand yesterday. And it's so funny because somewhere that I had posted, and I posted it several places today, we picked up Alyssa. She had been at her other grandparents the night before and all morning. Her dad picked her up, and then he brought them to us. He brought Alyssa and her sister Bo to us. Well, I had not had them all day, and it was late afternoon, so I didn't know, had they had a nap, had they eaten, had they whatever. And so yesterday we had this real life happen with Alyssa. She was crappy. I mean, just all kinds of out of sorts. And it took me a few minutes to figure out, oh my gosh, she's hungry. That's why she couldn't tell you what was wrong. Her head didn't hurt. Her tummy, didn't hurt. And when I asked her, I said, what is wrong with you? And she goes, I don't know. And had these big tears rolled up in her eyes. Then I realized, oh my gosh, she's hungry. She's 4 and she doesn't know how to say, Nona, it's been this many hours since I've eaten or whatever. She was just hungry. And a snack later, a yogurt and an apple later, she was her old perky self again. But so how do you feel physically? Are you good to go? You just ate, you're kind of full, whatever. You might not really be hungry. But if you've got a headache, hangry, shaky, or like Alyssa, you just don't know what's wrong, it might be time to get some fuel in. And what do you want to eat, or are you willing to eat right then? Alyssa was more than willing to eat a yogurt and an apple because she was hungry. So she was actually a perfect example of what we did 2 weeks ago. And I should have used her as an example for the homework tonight. But your homework from 2 weeks ago, I'm going to keep saying last week, your homework from 2 weeks ago was #Hunger Games. And Alyssa was playing the Hunger Games yesterday. So rather than the refrigerator roulette, if you found yourself hungry, you were going to ask those questions. How long has it been since I ate? How am I feeling? Whatever, just to see, are you really hungry? So let's see how you all did. Well, you already heard how Alyssa did. That was an extra bonus add-in. Julie had a wild day. It was week before last. It was right after the chat. She had a wild day. It was like this long. Like the stuff that she had to get done at school and home and everything else. It was like this long. So she had a wild day, but she knew that she wasn't really hungry. She was tired and strung out. So she put a name on it, tired and strung out. But instead of, going back and snacking, she ended her day with a rotisserie chicken and some asparagus because, she knew. So instead of snacking her way to bed, she ended it, as a winner. So she did a great job that week or that day. And if you haven't checked out Deanna's super awesome journaling skills, you have got to go over to the If You Have an Egg group. So you've got to go to our closed group and check that out. Her journaling is fantastic. So on their way home from a trip, so they were traveling and her hubby stopped and asked her if she wanted a donut. And she literally asked herself, because her journaling is like spot on. And she had all this planned out in Technicolor. Literally, you need to go look at it. And after all this planning and all this beautiful coloring and decorating and everything, she said, and Sylvia loves your journal. So after all that, she asked herself, am I really hungry? Am I hungry, or am I just eating because he's stopping and asking me if I want a donut? The answer was no. So she passed. Yep, winner. And then Lynn had a doctor's appointment and she had fasting labs. Ugh. They should really let you do your doctor's appointments and fasting labs at like 7:30 in the morning instead of making you wait until 11, 12, 1 o'clock. By the time she had her labs done, she had a headache and a sick stomach, okay? Don't blame you. Totally understand. But she recognized that it was from fasting. She recognized that. And she made the choice to hit a drive-through and get a 10-point sandwich and a diet drink. What? She chose a 10-point sandwich. That is fantastic. She literally recognized what was going on and kept that so under control. It would have been so easy to get out of control on that. But bravo, Lynn, you did it. You won that game. So bravo to everyone who did their homework. I'll have to give Alyssa her extra bravo stickers tomorrow, even though she didn't know that that's what she did. But I will have to give her her bravo sticker, tomorrow. Okay, this week we are talking about how to eat more mindfully. We have had so many chats. This comes up every single year, how to eat mindfully. It might have a different name. It's not a new topic, and they might name it something differently. Honestly, think maybe like 2 years ago, it literally was called How to Eat More Mindfully. But it doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't matter what the name is and what exactly it looks like. We've done it before, and if I went back through and looked at all of our previous chats, I could probably find at least 3 or 4 where we've done this. But it's because that topic is that important. So it's in some various form or fashion, but that topic is that important. I do really like the graphics in your weekly this week. So if you want to go log on to WeightWatchers.com, or if you want to go get on your app, when you get on your app, if you're on your phone, it looks like the Discover button is at the bottom. And I think it's supposed to look like a little journal. It's just a little square. If you click on the Discover button, even if you're in a future week, you can scroll through that and you can find the previous week's topics. I do really like the graphics for this topic, but I want to play a game. So we're going to play a game, because we were off last week. So I'm feeling like playing instead of working and doing extra homework and things. So Gwen, in our in-person workshop last week, she had a great, kind of an interactive game per se, an interactive discussion that we did. So I want to do that too here for this last bit of the first half of our live chat. What she was asking us was, in the moment, is this worth it? And I don't know what this is. So we're going to talk about 4 things here real quick, because I've only left us 7 minutes to talk about it. But she was asking us if it was worth it. One of the questions, and I'm not asking you all, but one of the questions was a Cadbury egg. And mine and Karen's hands shot up so fast it wasn't even funny. We didn't even find out how many points it was or anything, as long as it was a full-size Cadbury egg. I'm not Cadbury egg, sorry, Reese's peanut butter egg, not a Reese's peanut butter tree, not a bat, not any of those other shapes, only the Reese's peanut butter full-size egg. Anyway, our hands shot up, super fast. So I'm gonna show you 4 things, and I'm gonna ask you if it's worth it. Do not look up the points. This is the game part. Do not look up the points. If you already know the points, do not shout them out, because I want to know just from looking at it, do you think it's worth it? How you're gonna decide if this is something that you really want. Things that you can smell, things you can see, can you hear it? How does it make you feel? So there are some senses that go into deciding these things, and there are no wrong answers. So let's say that you are on a road trip and you think, I really need a snack. I want some kind of a snack. And you see this sitting up at the cash register. So that's going to be your sense of sight. So you're going to see this. And you're going to see a smoked turkey and cheese lunch kit. Now, this actually came from Aldi, so you would not see this, like at a gas station or whatever. But let's say, you can see this, and you're traveling. So it's a special occasion, because you're traveling. So you're feeling like you're headed somewhere exciting. But do you think this would be worth it? And do not look up the points, because this is a game. So worth it or not worth it? And Carol says not worth it. Okay. So Carol says that that's not worth it. It is a smoked turkey and cheese lunch kit, and it does have turkey, cheese, some little chocolate graham crackers, and some crackers. And Vicky says no. Okay, so yep, Sylvia says no. Vicky says no. Okay, how about this? So you are tired, so that's part of the feeling, and you go to McDonald's, and you're with some other people, and you see, and pretend like this is a cold cup, okay? This isn't an empty McDonald's coffee cup, but pretend like this is a cold cup. So you see some of your friends are there waiting on you, but you're already tired, and you think, I need some coffee. And one of them is drinking, you're at McDonald's, and one of them is drinking, pretend like it's iced, is drinking an iced caramel McCafe. So it's not the fancy shamrock one, or whatever. It's just an iced caramel McCafe drink. It's an iced coffee, but it's the caramel flavor. Is that worth it? All your friends are sitting there, you're tired, so you need some caffeine, and you see somebody else drinking this. Is that worth it? Okay, so Deanna says it's worth it. Okay. And Lynn says no. Okay. Or you are on a road trip again. So here I am back on road trip. Or you're with your grandkids or something, you know, and they have, you know, they've been Easter egg hunting, and this was in the Easter eggs, and it is peanut M&Ms. So you're with the, okay, we'll just make it that. You're with the grandkids. They've been Easter egg hunting, you know, last week. You are going through the rest of the eggs, and you find this, and they're peanut M&Ms. So is this worth it? Peanut M&Ms. And listen to them. They sound a certain way. You just know what peanut M&Ms sound like. Yeah, peanut M&Ms. Okay, so are those worth it? And then the last thing is, it's a hot day. Like today, it was very warm outside, and you come back inside and you think, wow, I'm really hot. I'm ready for a snack. I don't want my apple. I don't want my, you know, whatever. And you had in your freezer, which I'm gonna have to go put this back up because it's starting to get soft. And you had in your freezer a pint of mint chip light ice cream. This one happens to be from Aldi. Can you tell we stopped at Aldi today? So this one happens to be from Aldi. Mint chocolate chip, and you're hot. You know, what do you think? Worth it? Deanna says worth it. Sherry says worth it. Mary Ann says worth it. Okay, so because I'm going to run us out of time, here's where the game is. Okay, no one said that this was worth it. Okay, this is actually real food-ish, except for the little Teddy Grahams. No one said that this was worth it. Nobody. This is 10 points. Okay, so this thing with the turkey and the cheese and the little graham crackers and the crackers, this is 10 points. No one said this was worth it. It was pretty much equally divided on the iced coffee. This is 11 points. So this iced coffee would have been 11 points. So y'all said no way on this, but half and half on this said yes way. A few of you said yes on the M&Ms. This is 10 points worth of peanut M&Ms. That's 11. I think it's 11 or 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 12. That's 12 peanut M&Ms. That's the same number of points. 10, 11, 10. That's the same number of points. Okay. This ice cream, Halo Top would be similar. Enlightened would be similar. That would be similar. Okay. This, for this entire pint, is 11 points. Now, is that worth it? So you all were saying worth it just because it was ice cream. So all you saw was that it was ice cream, and everyone, me included. Now remember, there are no wrong or right answers, but everyone was on board. I think it was a 100% on the ice cream. This entire pint is 11 points. Totally worth it. So depending on the kind and the flavor and whatever, it could be 11 or 12, but that entire thing is 11 points. But it just depends on you. If you don't like ice cream, that wouldn't be worth it. If you don't drink coffee, you know, not worth it. Okay, so remember, no wrong or right answers. So your homework for this week is hashtag was it, let me see, make sure I get it right. Hold on just a second. Was it worth it? So your homework this week is hashtag was it worth it? WASITWORTHIT. So hashtag was it worth it? And I want you to think about a time that you ate something because you saw somebody else eating it, or you saw a billboard, or you saw it, you know, at the convenience store, or you smelled it. You know, you walked through and you smelled the coffee, you know, the coffee as it was brewing. You know, you smelled it, or you smelled, you know, potatoes or whatever it was. You heard it. So you heard somebody else eating it, or you heard that ice sloshing around, or you heard the M&Ms or something. Thank you, Lynn. Heard the M&Ms, you know, chinking around in that, you know, that little Easter egg or whatever. Or it's something, you know, how did you feel about it? So it's something that you enjoy. It's a moment that you enjoy. It was something special. So hashtag was it worth it? So I want you to think of a time, even if it was 5 minutes ago or right now, I want you to think of a time that you ate something because of what you saw, smelled, heard, how you felt about it. And then after you looked up the points and saw how many they were, was it worth it? And it might be. I mean, there are plenty of days that I would say that 11 or 12 M&Ms, would be worth it. There are plenty of days. But do your homework, do your homework, do your homework. Would you eat the same thing again? If it was in the same situation. So I'm just curious. I just want to know. I think that it's a fun game that we should play. Okay, it is time to drink some water, and we have to get something in the air fryer for the second half. I'm going to pop the ice cream in real quick, and I'll be right back. You all start drinking your water, and I will be right back. I promise. But because we all agreed that the ice cream was worth it, I don't want to let it melt. Okay, so this is the second half of chat number 269. And the people in our lofts need to stop talking because they are interrupting the chat. Just kidding. Hello, Kendall from Oak Ridge. Okay, so Kendall from Oak Ridge, we are halfway through. You're late. Where have you been? So, yes, and no, you're not getting paid for being here for this last 30 minutes. Just kidding. Okay, Kendall works here at Casey Kitchen Center. So, we have to get something in the air fryer. This is the second half of chat number 269. In the first half, we were talking about was it worth it. In the second half, I am going to show you how to make something worth it. Okay, something that you might not have thought was worth it, but we're going to make it, I don't know. And again, there's no wrong or right answer. So we're at the halfway point. Everybody go ahead and drink some water. It looks like Kendall has been watering her plants. So her plants have had some water. Sure, and I'm thirsty after that warm walk with Karen. Okay, this is the second half of chat number 269. And again, we're talking about was it worth it? I'm going to show you how to make one thing worth it. But first, we're going to have to cook some chicken breast tenders. And you can ask Julie. Do not type chicken breasts in a post on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com or if you have an egg in the group. I'm not going to block it, but she got blocked this week because she put the word breasts on there. Chicken breast. All the obnoxious things I see on Facebook, and it blocked her post because of that. She did find out, though, that you can hyphenate it. So, chicken dash breast. Okay, I have some boneless, skinless chicken breast tenders in here. I just put them in the basket of my Simple Living Products air fryer. I am going to, for the sake of time, I'm not going to measure this. I am just going to generously coat them with nutritional yeast. If you do not know what nutritional yeast is, we have like 8 chats for that. You can go back and watch one of those. And then this is a salt-free, MSG-free spice from Dax. It is called Citrus Groove, and I'm going to use this on the chicken breast because of what we are making here in just a few minutes. Okay, we're going to get these in the air fryer, and then I'm going to talk to you about something to see if you think it's worth it. This is going to go in. Hello, Julie. We were just talking about you and your chicken breast, Julie. So I'm doing non-censored chicken breast in the air fryer. So this is 280 degrees for about 18 minutes, which is why we got to get going so that they'll be done before we get done. Okay. And so you scoop, not shove in there. Change the temperature. I'm going to take it down to 280. And we're going to put them there for 18 minutes and press go. And then we're going to go back and check it at about 9 minutes. So if somebody could be my stopwatch, please, and at 9 minutes go, hey, go flip your chicken over. Okay. So in the first half of tonight's chat, we were talking about whether things were worth it or not. So we had an iced coffee. We had a turkey, smoked turkey and cheese lunch kit, which will be Alyssa's lunch for school on Tuesday, because I'll take her to school. So let me just set this over here so I don't forget it. A little tiny bag of M&Ms and a pint of ice cream. So I want to show you a way to make some other things worth it. And this is something that people either agree with me on for this lunch. And I eat this a lot for lunch at work. I don't know. Because I can change it up. Y'all know I don't like the same thing every day. I like similar things, but I cannot stand to eat the exact same thing every day. But I do enjoy this while I'm at work. Kendall also enjoys a variation of this while we are at work. But I want to see if you all think that this is worth it, because there has been a great divide amongst us over on If You Have an Egg about whether or not this is worth it. So just bear with me, and you can let me know if you think it's worth it. Okay, so this is just one of those regular half bowls, like you all know I love to eat out of. So it's a big bowl. You know, it's a good size, but it's one of the half bowls. So I like bagged salads. And this one happens to be a Fresh Express chopped kit, and it is poppy seed. And it has green and red cabbage, green leaf lettuce, carrots, and green onions. But it has a Greek yogurt dressing, which is a poppy seed, it has a Greek yogurt poppy seed dressing, dried cranberries, and pumpkin seeds. Per serving, this is 7 points per serving. So let me show you how big a serving is. So there are, so 1 cup. So 1 cup is a serving. So let's go ahead and get our ingredients out here, and then y'all can tell me if it's worth it or not. And that is if you make it with the dressing and with the poppy seeds and or the pumpkin seeds and the cranberries. Okay, so let's see if you all think it's worth it. This is 1 cup. Oops. Sorry about that, Dusty. I just chucked lettuce on or cabbage on his head. It's a good thing that McDonald's cup did not have any coffee in it because I just turned it over. Okay, so this is 1/3 of the bag. So yes, Carol. Okay. See, Carol's already joined in. So she's like 7 points for 1 cup of salad. Yes, this is one. That is 1 cup of salad. So it is 7 points for that little bit of, so that's got the 2 different colors of cabbage and some carrots, you know, and whatever in it. So it has that. And then you also get to enjoy with that, you get to enjoy 1/3 of the package. Oops. You get to enjoy 1/3 of the package of pumpkin seeds and yeah, I know. Julie says, nope, I only get 14 points. Okay, don't go away. Do not hang up on me, okay? So, you get 1/3. Let's see if I can get about 1/3 of this out here. So, you get 1/3 of the package of pumpkin seeds and cranberries. Okay, that's about 1/3. And you get about 1/3 of the dressing. And Hattie says she buys 2 to 3 bags a week, usually use Skinny Girl dressing. Okay, that's one of the things I'm going to show you all. Okay, Kim says it's not worth it. Okay, reserve judgment. I'm not done yet, so reserve judgment. Okay, so we're going to try and get about 1/3 of the thing of dressing on there. Okay, so now I have a cup of the actual salad mix. So the salad mix again was 2 different kinds of cabbage. It is, let me see what it says on here. It is green and red cabbage. Sorry, while I eat some cabbage. It is green and red cabbage, green leaf lettuce, carrots, and green onions. So it's 1 cup of that. It is 1/3 of the little packet of dried cranberries and pumpkin seeds. Sylvia says it'll be worth it. And 1/3 of the packet of dressing. Okay, so of the poppy seed dressing. Okay, so here's what it looks like right now. So here's my big, so y'all know I love to eat out of these big bowls. So here's my big bowl, and there is my 7-point salad. So what do y'all think about that? Okay, Marianne says not worth it. Okay. So, what if I add a cup, and let me measure it out. What if I add a cup of sweet butter lettuce? So, sweet butter lettuce is 0 points for all of us. So what if I add a cup of sweet, it's just butter lettuce. If y'all don't know what butter lettuce is, it's just sweet butter lettuce. It's just lettuce, okay. So what if I add a cup of lettuce. Now, is it worth it? So Cynthia's saying maybe. It depends if she'd had a 0 point. That's okay. That is a perfect answer, Cynthia. Cynthia says maybe. It would depend on if I had a 0 point breakfast and we'll have a fairly low point dinner. Okay, that is the perfect response. Am I getting close to my 9 minutes yet? Okay, so salad pre-prepared salad mix. Bought it at the grocery store. They've got it at Aldi. I got this one across the street at Food City. I did buy some more at Aldi today. Okay, Julie's still saying no. Okay, so no with the pre-prepared salad mix and no with the 1 cup of butter lettuce. Okay, you could have done spinach. You could have done, simple anything like that. Okay, so we've still got some no's. Yeah, Vicky's saying no. Okay, what if I add a cup of English cucumber? So it doesn't have to be English cucumber. It could be anything. So this is still another non-starchy vegetable. Sylvia, don't get ahead. So this is about a cup of cucumber. And this was an English cucumber. I like English cucumber. I do like regular cucumbers, but I prefer them fresh out of the garden. Hang with us, Lynette. But I like them regular, normal, old cucumbers. I like them fresh out of the garden. Not so much at the store. They're a little waxy at the store. And I actually prefer them if they're that pale green. Okay, shh, Carol, shh, don't blow it. Don't blow it. Okay, and Kendall says she would definitely add some nuts. Kendall does not know how many points nuts are on Weight Watchers. She's not doing Weight Watchers, so you know what? She can add nuts and she'd not worry about the points. And she's exactly right. That would be fantastic with some nuts if you were planning that in. I like English cucumbers and the little mini cucumbers if someone has not gifted me with some fresh out of the garden cucumbers. Alyssa and I will be trying again this year. We got 0 last year. Now you tell me how you get 0. Tell me how do you get 0 cucumbers? Yeah, it's because you let a 3-year-old plant the seeds. So, plant them. This year she's 4.5, so we should be good to go. Okay, so now we have the prepared salad, and we have a cup of butter lettuce, and we have about a cup of English cucumber. I also want to point out that English cucumbers are the perfect size for the tiniest food hugger. So if you have one of the food hugger sets, it's time to check. Hold on, Sandra's giving me a warning. Okay, it's time to check the chicken. We need to cook it. So the chicken, these are chicken breast tenders. You could do this with what we're going to do here in just a few minutes. You could do this. Oh, no. So I don't know my own strength. Literally just broke those tongs. Hold, please. Let me grab some more tongs. We have like 500 of them. So y'all didn't know I was that strong that I could break tongs, right? So let me find some more because I promise we have about 5,200 of them here at PC Kitchen Center. So give me just a second. We might be turning this with a fork. I promise we have more tongs. Where on earth are they? Hello? Who has run off with all of our tongs? Okay, we will be flipping these over with a fork. Maybe. And Kendall, yes, this is how, here we go. Okay, so apparently all of the tongs were being washed. So let me get a good pair. Okay, let's get a sturdy pair out of the dishwasher. How many things have I been flipping that there are 5 sets of tongs over there in the dishwasher. Okay, much more sturdy. So you could do this with turkey breast tenderloin. You can go to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com and just look up. This is the That Men's chicken. It's the chicken breast tenders. And remember to hyphenate chicken breast so that you don't get censored over on the If You Have an Egg Facebook group like Julie did. But you can look up on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. You can find this. You can do the turkey breast tenderloin. You can do, these are chicken breast tenders. You can do actual chicken breast. So this one was $2.80. This is $2.80 for 18 minutes. We are flipping halfway through after we broke our tongs. Okay, we're gonna put it back in, and remember to scoop and not shove it in there. Okay, so thank you for having me check that. Okay, so now we've got the mix. We've got a cup of butter lettuce, and we have a cup of English cucumbers. And what I was saying is, if you have the food hugger set that we carry here at Casey Kitchen Center, the tiniest food hugger fits perfectly on the end of an English cucumber. Okay, just a little tidbit. Okay, so now you have all of that. So what if, let's just say, if eggs are on your 0-point food list? So how many of you have eggs on your 0-point food list? Just raise your little virtual hand there and let me know. I obviously do, because I eat eggs all the time. So eggs are on my 0-point food list. And since they are, that's not going to add any points. We're still at 7 points here. Mary Ann does. We're still at 7 points here. If you've never used an egg slicer, this is the best way to get your eggs ready for a salad. So you slice them. Sylvia has 0 eggs are on her 0-point list. Lynn does. Okay, and then so slice it and then turn it the other direction. And it doesn't really matter which direction you go. And then slice it again the other direction. Okay, so for those of us that eggs are a 0-point food, and Sherry is too, then you could just go ahead and slice up a hard-boiled egg. If you are like me though, and you couldn't make a hard-boiled egg, you can also skip on over to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com and look up air fryer hard-boiled eggs. You would do the eggs in the air fryer. You need to go there, watch the video so you can see how to do it, but it is 260 degrees for 16 minutes. And then you put them in an ice bath, and they peel perfectly every single time. Every single time. Okay, so if you have eggs as a if you have an egg, if you have eggs as a 0-point food, then you can add one of those, and it's not going to add anything to it. So now we have 1 cup of the Fresh Express chopped kit, and you can use any of those. There are different point values. I found one at Aldi today. It's only 5 points per serving. I think the highest point I think 7's the highest point I've ever purchased. I always scan them though, just to be sure. So now we have 1 cup of that, of the Fresh Express chopped kit poppy seed. So that is, let me just look at it again, green and red cabbage, green leaf lettuce, carrots, and green onions. So we have 1 cup of that. We've got 1/3 of the poppy seed dressing, 1/3 of the pepitas and of the pumpkin seeds and the dried cranberries. We have 1 cup of the butter lettuce. We have 1 cup of English cucumber diced. I have 1 hard-boiled egg that I've diced with my egg slicer. So this is still, as of right now, this is still 7 points. So this is still a 7-point salad. So how is that looking to everybody now? So how are you feeling about this 7-point salad now? Is that looking pretty good? Has anybody changed their mind, just out of curiosity? Has anybody changed their mind from absolutely not to, I would consider that? So show me a hand. Give me some hands. If you would consider switching, if you would consider this, if you would consider having a 7-point salad, okay, Vicki, it's in the air fryer. Shh. Vicki, it's in the air fryer. Shush, shush. Okay. And just out of curiosity, what's in this? So this salad mix has 2 grams of protein. So there are 2 grams of protein in here. Okay, so we've got some people switching on that. So I've already put the dressing on here, but would it make you all feel better if instead of the dressing that they have, if you left their dressing off and switched it to some of your dressing? Now I've already done this, so I can't undo this now, but if you switched it to some of yours, so like just for an example, I think it was 2 weeks ago, we used some of the G. Hughes sugar-free raspberry. That was 3 weeks ago, because I think we used this on the copycat recipe from the Polite Pig. So if you use some of this, that would take a couple of the points off, because you would be using a lighter dressing. A lot of you all use like fat-free balsamic. You make your own little oil and vinegar, things. So, okay, so some of you all are saying that you would switch dressing. So that's another way, to lighten up and to save some points. What other kinds of things would you all put on there? And then I'm going to tell you why this is such a good game. Hello, Gina. It's good to see you. So Gina is popping in late. So Gina, you missed me breaking a set of tongs, which I'm going to have to get rid of. And Lynette said, wait, the Panera poppy seed dressing is 2 teaspoons. Okay, I don't think I've ever eaten 2 teaspoons of any salad dressing. I don't know. I'm a salad dressing girl. Even when I dip my fork in there, oh yeah, broccoli and tomatoes would be good. So Vicky says to add broccoli and tomatoes. Sylvia says the Olive Garden Italian Light is 1 point for 2 tablespoons. Ooh, yeah, Sandra says some bell peppers. That would be really good. So Sylvia, where do you get that? Where do you get Olive Garden? Marianne doesn't use dressing at all. So you don't use any dressing. You just eat it just like it is, right? Oh, and Lynette says 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons is 0 points? I'm not questioning you. I'm just really surprised, and I would love to try that out. Karen says mushrooms. Yeah, y'all are having some fantastic ideas. Okay, so I'm going to cheat and go ahead. Let me check the chicken real quick. Ooh, 3 minutes. Okay, so I want you all to give me some more ideas while we wait just a couple more minutes on the chicken. Carol Lou would add peppers, tomatoes, and onions, and then use a Skinny Girl Dijon dressing. I've not had that one. Sandra would add some red onions. Vicky says Olive Garden Light is at Sam's Club and Walmart. So y'all already know I'm not going to go to Walmart and get that. You're just going to have to send me some. Sylvia says Walmart and Reezers. Vicky says to add some nutritional yeast. Vicky, I do have nutritional yeast on the chicken that I'm making. Ooh, Karen, that's a great idea. Chickpeas. So does anybody that's on here with us right now have beans? Do you have beans and legumes on your 0 points food list? I currently do not, but if you did, you could totally add some chickpeas for 0 points. So, yep, Marianne says plenty of vegetables and protein, but no dressing. Ooh, Vicky says beets. I'll have to try that too. But who right now, you could, if you have apples, if you have fruit as a 0 point, you could add some apples to it. Yeah, Sandra. Okay, yep, Sandra's got beans and legumes on her 0 points list, so she could totally add that. Yeah, that would be really good. And as long as you didn't as long as you had not chosen diabetic or pre-diabetic when you took your original assessment, then you would fruit would be 0, and you could put some apples, or you could put some chopped up grapes or something like that on there. Carol Lou has potatoes as 0 points, and she would add some homemade fries to that. That would be delicious. Okay, how much more time do we have on the chicken? 1 minute. So I'm going to go ahead and get some chicken out. And in theory, you would let this cool before you put it on there. But for the sake of time, I'm just going to go ahead and put a couple of pieces of chicken on here, even though they are warm. So chicken for me is a 0 point. If that is not a 0 point food for you, let's say if you chose fish. So if salmon was a 0 point food for you right now, that would be fantastic on this. If you didn't choose eggs, but you did choose beans and legumes, you could add some chickpeas like Karen suggested. If brown rice is, you could totally do that. So now I have the commercially prepared salad. I did use their salad dressing, so I have a cup of that salad. Yeah, tuna. Sandra said tuna if you've chosen fish. So I have a cup of their commercially prepared salad. It has a third of the package of pumpkin seeds and the cranberries. It has a third of their dressing on it. So that's 7 points for that. Eggs are on my 0 point list. So I have 0 points for an egg, 0 points for butter lettuce, 0 points for my English cucumber, Chicken and turkey breasts are on my 0 points food list, so I have 0 points for this. But this is where the magic is, and a couple of you all have already alluded to this. A couple of you seasoned professionals have already alluded to this. So this, I've said this, I don't know, 8 times, 7, 8 times. This is 1 cup of red and green. I have to read off the bag again. This is 1 cup of green and red cabbage. It's green and red cabbage, green leaf lettuce, carrots, and green onions, all of which are a non-starchy vegetable. So that's 1 point that I get to add back to my daily. This is 1 cup of butter lettuce, and it was a generous cup, like it was probably more than a cup. That is a non-starchy vegetable. That's 2 points that I get to add back. This is a cup of English cucumbers. That's 3 points that I get to add back to my daily. Everyone gets non-starchy vegetables, 1 per 1 cup. It doesn't matter if you picked diabetic, not diabetic, chicken, lentils, potatoes, doesn't matter what you picked. All of us get to add back 1 point for each cup of non-starchy vegetables. So all those bell peppers you all were talking about, mushrooms, all those kinds of things, those will all add back a point. So now my 7 point pre-prepared salad, because I've added 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, 0 for me, 0 for me. So now my 7 point salad, this is now a 4 point salad, because it's a 7 point salad and I get to add back 3 points. So now, how are y'all feeling about this salad mix? So now, is that worth it? So for 7 points and add back 3, so for technically 4 points, now is this salad worth it? Now I want to see, all my naysayers, what you all think about this. So is that worth a 4 point salad? Even if we don't swap out to Skinny Girl or the Panera or the Olive Garden Light or the G Hughes sugar-free or whatever, is that worth 4 points? And Sandra says yes. So I would love to know which of you all said no when it was just that little dinky, because that's pitiful. So when it was the little, Lynn says definitely, Elaine says yes, Sylvia says totally, Mary says yes, Marianne says yes. So when it was that little dinky, just sitting by itself over here, no way, that was not worth it. Yep, Suzanne says yes, Karen says yummy, Kathy's all thumbs up. Yep, and Biggie says they eat that twice a week. So when it was that little dinky bit over here, yeah, not so much, not worth it. But now, that is totally worth it, and that is so pretty. That is beautiful for sure. Okay, I have managed to take us almost all the way until 9 o'clock. So I hope you all had a great evening. I'm going to go ahead and start winding down because now I'm hungry because I can smell chicken. Yep, and Julie says yes. Awesome. So now I'm hungry because I can smell chicken. But I'm going to let you all go, and I'm going to go ahead and get this packaged up so I can take it home and eat it for my supper. But I hope that y'all have another great evening. I love being here. I did enjoy the week off, but I miss you all when you are not here and when I'm not here. If you're watching this later on YouTube, go ahead and let that next video roll over. I promise it is something informative and hopefully fun. If you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that little button down here so that it will alert you so that you can subscribe, and then check the bell so that it will alert you when the next video comes out. But you all have a fantastic week. Remember, if you're going to come see me, call ahead. You don't have to tell me you're coming. Just call ahead and make sure with the girls that I will be here, because that would have been so sad if I had missed you, Karen, if I had stepped out the door a few minutes before you got here. But y'all have a fantastic week. I will see you next time, and have a good evening. Good night.